The ultimate showdown between good and evil.
Boom, boom, heroes. Boom, boom, villains.
Gosh, I wonder what team I'm gonna get put on.
As battle lines are drawn, these 20 familiar faces are back for more than the $1 million prize.
I'm going to teach all these brats a lesson.
I'm really eager to show a different side of myself this season.
Boy, oh boy, I'm gonna be on my job this season.
If they're smart, they'll vote me off right away, but they won't.
Survivor is heading back to Samoa to pit heroes against villains. We've got your first look at incredible challenges, the Erie Tribal Council, and the torturous twist in store for this epic season. This is Survivor Heroes vs. Villains preview.
It's awesome.
Hey everyone, I'm Natalie White, winner of Survivor Samoa. Welcome to Survivor Heroes vs. Villains preview. Over the next hour, we'll tell you who's returning to the game and what intense challenges they'll face. Up first, this is a milestone season for Survivor, so they had to come up with one of the biggest twists ever.
"20 seasons, 10 years. God, we should do something."
Survivor is still going strong a full decade after the first season changed reality TV. And on Heroes vs. Villains, it's all about the characters.
We did just sit down and look at all of the faces from the 301 people who played the game, and we said, who would we like to see again? Almost every one of these people was either really loved or really hated. And Burnett said, let's just do heroes and villains.
With so many memorable contestants, there are bound to be some that didn't or couldn't make it to Samoa. Like Season 1 winner Richard Hatch.
There's quite a few people that could be here had we gone with more characters. Corinne, certainly, on the female villains. We offered it to her. She couldn't get out of her job. Probably the most evil woman I've ever met. Shane Powers would be fantastic to have on the show. We wanted Shane. Shane wanted us. Just came down to slots, and ultimately Russell bumped Shane out. The one guy we did not consider bringing back, although I'm sure he will try to convince everybody we did, is Johnny Fairplay. Johnny Fairplay went from a villain to a quitter, and we don't invite quitters back. So he's done.
It's not just the contestants returning for the 20th season.
The challenges this year are all going to be returning challenges, with the exception, I think, of one that we might throw into the mix for a special reason.
This season is all classics and all replicated as closely as the first time as possible.
Heroes vs. Villains is kicking off with big drama on the very first day.
We're having our contestants flown in on Hueys, these big helicopters. They come in, they land, the sand blows, out of the sand comes Rupert, Colby, Tom, there's Coach, there's Randy, there's Jerry Manthe.
And there will be no time to get reacquainted.
How do you think you match up? Let's find out. Here's our first challenge, and it is a full-on battle.
Our favorite contestants battling in the grit of the sand.
All four guys going for it.
I think the opening challenge sets a really big tone. It's going to be physical, and it's going to be a rivalry. Plus, you get nudity right off the bat, which never hurts. But we have all the elements. We have a beautiful location, we have epic challenges, and we have our greatest characters. This better be a really good season, and I think it will be.
Now let's get reacquainted with some of the villains and heroes in Samoa, starting with a good guy who got every jury vote on his season.
I feel like I was made for the show.
The 24-year-old cattle rancher proved that when he took home the $1 million in token change just 2 seasons ago.
And nobody wants to give a millionaire $1 million twice.
But JT, man, people love him.
But the season 18 winner knows he'd better be on his toes.
I gotta watch out. There's some people I'm not so happy to see, like Sari, who I know is gonna be gunning for me. Parvati, she's so sly, I gotta watch her too. And then you got Sugar. My biggest threats are the girls. I'm gonna try everything I can to use my Southern charm.
There's just something about that. Well, yes, sir, I think, sir. Yes, sir, Jeff. Even though you know, JT, I'm not buying it. I know you are a smart dude. I think people on this season will fall for it again.
If they want it near as bad as I do, this is gonna be a heck of a game.
Candace might have mutinied during her season on Survivor Cook Islands. but she still deserves a spot on the Heroes tribe.
Some people look at Candace and say, okay, she mutinied. That makes her a villain. We looked at it as she mutinied to go back to her original tribe.
Initially, this survivor was hesitant to return.
Mostly because I was supposed to be getting married in a few weeks. As long as my fiance was behind me and our families were behind us, I was ready to do it. I think they might be thinking, why is she here? I finished 8th. I think I'm probably the lowest finisher here. I would like for them to keep thinking that.
Candace, very quiet, plays a quiet game. If you let her get to the end, probably will win because she probably won't make a lot of people mad.
It was no question which tribe the likable James would end up on after winning fans over in China and Micronesia.
I mean, this is a guy who got voted out with 2 idols in his hip pocket and then came back the second time and got taken out for a thing on his finger, an infection.
Kind of sucked because I got taken off the show for a boo-boo.
Now he's back for a 3rd time.
Ready to get myself in position to try to win some more money, compete in some more challenges, have some more fun.
He's crazy enough to think this is fun.
And what will the Gravedigger do differently this season?
So just kind of getting close and learning the social game is what I've been working on since the end of the show.
James is bigger in person than he looks on TV. He's massive. And I know all those guys, while they won't admit it, they don't want to go up against him.
I know that I'm very competitive, and I know that I'm a pretty strong female competitor out there, and I'm not going to try to hide it.
Stephanie was so heroic in the Palau season, which she was on with Tom Westman, that she kind of symbolized this woman who could do anything. She was the last person left on her tribe. It had never happened before. It hasn't happened since.
This Philly girl even returned for a second shot at the million and was runner-up on Survivor Guatemala.
When I thought there's no way she can come back right away, play again, as popular as she was, and still make it to the end, and she did. And she got criticized for being a little more of a villain the second time.
I mean, you're always going to lie a little bit, and it's the game. It's Survivor.
This time she's back in the hero tribe where I think she belongs.
So I'm really excited to be back a 3rd time because I really think it's my time to shine.
Look, I'm such a good liar, I believe my own lies, for real.
Sneaky Sandra manipulated her way to the finals in Pearl Islands and came out on top.
The only way a winner could win again is if there's 2 winners at the end. That's the only way. That's going to be impossible. But if somebody could pull it off, then they deserve to win $1 million. I don't think I'm going to win, but I'm going to try my hardest.
Sandra is just so lippy, and the lippiest mom, I think, in the history of our show.
I'll instigate whatever's going on around camp. 3rd, 4th party fights, without getting involved, sabotage, a little bit of everything. Look, it'll be ugly. You better be out there with your camera.
Randy was ousted in Gabon when he fell for a fake immunity idol. And Sugar, the woman who led to his demise, is here in Samoa as well.
If there is a God, Sugar will not be long for this game.
What's fun about having somebody like Randy back is you have his nemesis, Sugar, on the other tribe, representing good and evil. And Randy is definitely evil.
My hatred for the people that I was playing with messed up my vision. Making an alliance before you see what game you're playing is the kiss of death. And I'm not going to fall into that trap. I need the money. I wish I could sit here and tell you that I'm going to give it all to charity, but I can't afford to. I'm going to be in a wheelchair in 20 years. I'm thinking about me.
He doesn't have any friends. If we do a loved one visit, Randy doesn't have anybody to visit. Nobody.
Danielle was the runner-up on season 12.
I'm in it to win this time. Came in 2nd place the 1st time. I'm so excited to be here and blessed to be given the opportunity.
From where I sit, she's a villain. Terry taught her how to start fire on the premise that you will take me to the end with you. And he did, and she didn't.
I feel like people have forgotten about my season, and so I might not be looked at as a threat, and that could benefit me. I'm a little concerned about Stephanie, because Stephanie and I kind of play the same game. We're both that, tough, athletic girl. As far as the challenges go, we're going to be neck and neck for that. So I was a little disappointed when I saw her, I'm not going to lie. I played a really great game. I played under the radar. A lot of people underestimated me. Don't judge a book by its cover, basically.
I hope Danielle uses her hot little body to get her way in with somebody and then their throat.
Tyson from Tocantins says he is ready for the physical side of the game.
I'm super skinny and usually wear girl clothes. But other than that, nobody's going to beat me at anything that takes any kind of agility or speed or endurance. I'm going to try a lot harder to keep confrontations to a minimum and hopefully even use some of those more annoying people to my advantage and then chop them off. I've learned my lesson. Saying too much sometimes can get you in trouble.
But Tyson might find other venues for trouble.
If the situation demands nudity, it might happen.
He may be a Mormon, but on this show, he is a full-on villain.
I have a few tricks up my sleeve, which I will not divulge to you yet. You'll just have to watch the show.
Later,
Survivor's ready. Go!
It's your first look as the heroes and villains battle it out in an immunity challenge. But up next...
I just can't get rid of Jerry.
Why is Colby here?
Can Jerry and Colby overcome a feud that goes back almost a decade? Plus, it's our exclusive look at this season's Tribal Council. Survivor Heroes vs. Villains preview will be right back. Welcome back to Survivor Heroes vs. Villains preview. I'm Natalie White, winner of last season in Samoa. Now let's check in with more of the castaways, starting with this heroic winner who made a huge impact his first time around.
I'm very grateful to the whole situation, and it's great to be here again.
But it was hard to sell another season of Survivor to Palau champ Tom Westman.
We asked him to come back for fans versus favorites, and he said no.
Little by little, swallowed the bait, and now find myself here ready to start another season. My reputation of being good in the challenges will help me in the early part of the game, because they'll say, you know, he's got to go, but he's going to help us beat the other tribe for now, so we keep him. Now I'm going to kind of just be a little more of a follower than a leader, and hope somebody else assumes that center stage and just coast along for a little while.
There's never going to be another season like this season, so it's exciting.
Two-time player Amanda made it all the way to the end of both of her seasons and lost due to her jury performances.
Sitting in the final tribal with people attacking you, I just couldn't handle it for some reason. And definitely this time, it's changed.
Amanda needs to learn how to get up in front of a jury and say, give me the money and here's why. She's a pageant girl. Don't they teach you this stuff?
I'm really close with James, and we've been through 2 seasons of this together. We've been friends ever since the end of China. He's probably the person I trust most in this game. I don't really trust anyone else, to be honest with you. I'm not going to lose again, for crying out loud.
I love this game. I love playing this game. I'm humbled that I get the opportunity to go back a third time.
Colby was the first Survivor hero. He dominated the game. Nobody could stop him. You couldn't build a challenge he couldn't win.
After making a huge impact as runner-up in season 2, Colby returned to the All-Star season, but he was out of the game before the merge.
I may have had a sizable target going into the All-Stars, but now it's season 19. There have been so many incredible players since I played the game. Half the cast probably doesn't even know who I am anymore. And so I really am sort of a has-been, one of the old schoolers. And so I really don't think I pose a threat much.
There are a few familiar faces Colby's already played with.
Boston Rob and I have this competitive thing going. We always have. And then, of course, there's Jerry. I just can't get rid of Jerry. She just keeps coming back. She was very instrumental in me getting voted out of the All-Stars. Hopefully, she has buried the hatchet on all of that, and we're good, and we can just go over there and play the game and coexist.
Why is Colby here? Damn it.
I don't trust him at all. Maybe now he has a vendetta out for me because I got him back for the time that he got me the first time. You know what I mean? It's like a big cycle of payback.
Besides her 2-time competitor Colby, Uber villain Jerry says she has other concerns in the game.
My mouth is going to be the thing I have to control the most.
Jerry Manthe was the original femme fatale, the original Black Widow.
I embrace the title. I'm an actress. You know, I understand in every show there has to be a villain, and they're generally the more interesting of all the other characters. So I have my familiar Aussie hat, but this time it's in black. I'm in a great space, and I'm ready to kick some ass.
The Dragon Slayer?
is going to come back with a vengeance.
Quote-worthy Tocantins alum Coach is ready for his second round of Survivor.
As far as changing the game, I would humbly say that did I change it? Yes. I think I put my stamp on Exile. I think I put my stamp on Tribal. I think I put my stamp on everything.
But is Coach cool with being called a villain?
I came to grips with the edit and I loved it. I felt honored by it. I was like, come on, this is entertainment. Why am I taking this personally? They did me a great honor in editing me that way.
I think Coach could be instrumental in somebody else winning the game. Bring him along. He's stronger than he looks. He's probably going to surprise some people at challenges, and I don't think he's a real threat to win.
I'm going to play the game more. Played to change it the first time. I'm playing to win it this time.
I'm fine with how I came off in China. Whatever. I don't care. I thought about it and I'm ready. I'm gonna do it again. I think I bring something different to the Survivor table.
Despite being one of the smallest players ever, Courtney made it all the way to the runner-up spot in China.
I think they look at me as like kind of a cartoon character. I'm happy to play like, you know, bratty little kid again if that's what's gonna work. People don't take me seriously, and that works really well because nobody's afraid of me, nobody's intimidated me, nobody tries to like guard their strategy talk around me because I'm like the crazy Aunt Mabel in the corner.
Courtney is the kind of person that could win the game. There is something about Courtney that's kind of likable, in spite of the fact that she's a full-on villain.
After surviving all 39 days in Samoa on the Underdog Tribe, I spent plenty of time at Tribal Council. I thought our tribal was impressive, but now Jeff Probst is taking us high in the sky for the incredible Heroes vs. Villains Tribal Council Tour.
Welcome to the Survivor Tribal Council for season number 20. Everything this year is about returning. The contestants are returning, all the great challenges are returning, and what our art department did this season is take some of the greatest elements of previous tribal councils and bring them all together to build this, a 40-foot tall, suspended, we're in the jungle, 40 feet up in the air, in an open air, Swiss Family Robinson kind of tribal council. And the basic idea with Swiss Family Robinson is that everything is built from things you would see washed up on the shore. So our torches this year, just bamboo that's been sliced, and they're not ornate like you've seen in past seasons. They're built based on the idea, yeah, if you were shipwrecked, you could probably make something like this, right? It's one of the biggest builds we've ever done, one of the most unique, and I think for our art department, one of the most fun. All right, and you know I love this area because this is where the vote happens. This is where it's very private. You can say whatever you want about the person you're voting. All right, TV Guide Network. The truth is, I don't really want to vote you guys out, but it's you or me. Now, of course, once you've voted somebody out, here comes the fun part, the snuffer. Once again, Swiss Family Robinson, you can make this at home, kids. All right, TV Guide Network, it is time for you to go.
Coming up, elephants, earthquakes, and the ultimate Survivor pirate. As Survivor hits season 20, we look back at some of the moments that made the show great. There's lots more to come when Survivor Heroes vs. Villains preview returns. Welcome back to Survivor Heroes vs. Villains preview. I'm Natalie White from the Samoa season. This year, Survivor celebrates its 10th birthday and its 20th season on the air. So let's remember what made the show must-see TV for the past decade. Here are the top 20 Survivor moments. Number 20. An elephant pays a visit to the fawn camp in Gabon.
That's when Survivor's at its best. When you capture those moments that really happened. We can't engineer that. We can't convince the elephant to come out.
Number 19. Coach gives himself a long-lasting nickname on Survivor Tocantins.
He wanted to call me the Dragon Slayer because I'm cutting the head off of the dragon.
It was like a great way to keep yourself entertained, to make this fantasy world around you, and just have a great time with it.
Because at this point in time, I feel brilliant.
Number 18. The castaways in Guatemala get 2 big surprises.
Come on out.
In a twist, Palau fan faves Bobby John and Stephanie were brought back to compete in the Guatemala season.
That was a really cool twist, I thought, that they did. But it was a lot of fun. It worked to my advantage. I got to the end. I didn't win, but I got to the end.
Number 17. An earthquake shakes things up during season 9 in Vanuatu.
It was like there was two big hands shaking everything, and coconuts are falling down, and it was hairy.
Yeah, I felt the ground opening, I'm telling you.
Number 16. Of all the noteworthy things that happened during Survivor Fans vs. Favorites, one of the most memorable was Ozzy and Amanda getting very close at camp.
Yeah, it's a little more than just alliances there with those guys.
All of us saw the Ozzy-Amanda thing happening. And in that sense, it was really charming. You were watching two people fall for each other.
Number 15. Shane did lots of crazy stuff on Survivor Panama Exile Island, but who could forget his rock BlackBerry?
Because my son can text on his cell phone, and it's actually helped my day. I'm communicating with people, not on this island.
Come on.
Check mark. All good.
He's nuts.
Number 14. Heroic Palau winner Tom Westman proved his leadership cred when he caught and killed a shark, providing a huge feast for the tribe.
I hit it with the machete, cut it in half.
It's kind of cool that I got to stamp a unique moment in reality TV history with, that shark. It was just one of those moments motivated by, the madness of trying to get out there and get some food.
Number 13.
So we have to draw rocks. Yep.
The tie vote at the final 4 Tribal Council in Marquesas was decided when contestants picked colored stones. And it was unlucky Pascal who pulled purple and went home.
Pascal, it has been a one-of-a-kind Tribal Council, but the tribe has spoken.
Thanks a lot.
Number 12. Survivor Pearl Islands introduced us to the ultimate Survivor pirate when Rupert helped himself to the other tribe's possessions on the first episode.
All their trade goods, all the little women's shoes, the insoles, everything that I could find in theirs, I took.
When they said it's a pirate's adventure and I got to be a pirate and the other tribe left all their stuff sit there, I had to take all their shoes, all their stuff.
Yeah, it's a hard life living the pirate's life.
Number 11. In Fiji, a game-changing move was made when Yao-Ming offered a truck to Dreams to guarantee his safety on the island.
If you win the immunity for that round, you'll give it to me. I promise you God.
But Yao-Ming was betrayed by Dreams and voted out.
I want to get rid of Yao today.
I made a mistake in trusting him. It's nobody's problem, it's my own problem. And so that's the way it's going to be.
Straight ahead.
I think that's one of the most famous moments ever.
We get into our top 10 most memorable moments. What's at number 1? Stick around after the break to find out. Welcome back to Survivor Heroes vs. Villains Preview. I'm Natalie White, winner of Survivor Samoa. Before the break, we recalled some of Survivor's most memorable moments. Now let's kick off the top 10 with a player who started backstabbing a little too soon. Number 10.
I didn't listen well enough to Jeff's instructions.
On season 5 in Thailand, Sheehan anticipated a merge a bit too early.
You said merge.
Yes.
I certainly didn't say anything to give you that impression, did I?
Cut to Sheehan, because she had just broken all of her alliances and jumped to the other side, and she was done. Sheehan, the tribe has spoken.
Number 9. Rob and Amber fall in love on Survivor All-Stars.
Something happens out here when you're living and sleeping next to people and you're relying on each other. It's romantic.
We never really started catching feelings for each other until probably, I'd say, 15, 20 days into the game.
It was fun and comforting having him out there, but when we're out there, we put it second. Now, our relationship is first, and it's a blast.
Post-Survivor, the pair did 2 seasons of The Amazing Race, and in 2009, the married couple had their first child, a daughter. Number 8.
I'm out there doing my thing, finding idols. As soon as I get there, I start playing the game.
On Survivor Samoa, Russell not only played the game, he came in second place. And he made Survivor history as the first player to find 3 idols without reading a single clue.
This is getting way too easy.
Number 7.
I was blowing on the fire and the smoke was right in my face, and I inhaled it.
I passed out.
One of the scariest moments ever on Survivor came in season 2 when Mike Skupin became the show's first evacuee after falling in a fire.
I love you guys.
Though he suffered severe burns to his hands, Mike was treated and is doing just fine today. Number 6. Richard Hatch is crowned the very first sole survivor.
People seem interested in talking to me still after 10 years about how that happened in the first game. And I'm always interested in telling them how.
On August 23, 2000, the villainous castaway won the $1 million prize by a single vote. And reality TV has never been the same.
The winner of the first Survivor competition is Rich.
Number 5. During the Battle of the Sexes season on Survivor Amazon, Heidi and Jenna became infamous when they stripped for peanut butter and chocolate.
I've taken my clothes out for chocolate and peanut butter. I think that's one of the most famous moments ever. People think it was like so planned out. It was actually one of the most organic things I did on the show.
It's just a fantastic moment whenever you have two girls getting naked for peanut butter and chocolate.
Peanut butter!
Number 4. Fans vs. Favorites was a season full of great blindsides, but the best was when Eric fell for the women's plan and gave up his immunity necklace.
I want to give individual immunity to Natalie.
I didn't see that coming at all. I mean, I grew up with 2 brothers, so I had no idea the way that women work.
What happened to Eric is what happens when you've not been around breasts much in your life, and you suddenly are around a lot of them. You find yourself doing ridiculous things.
It's all fun and games, really, nothing. No one takes anything too seriously, and flirting never hurt nobody.
But Eric paid a costly price for his mistake.
Eric, the tribe has spoken.
Number 3. After 13 seasons, Survivor was still courting controversy when the Cook Islands season began with tribes split by race.
Survivor's always had heat. If you remember, for 3 seasons, we were described as the show that ruined television.
We were criticized so often for having a show that was not ethnically diverse. And the reason for that is that the people who apply are basically white, Caucasian. That's 80% of our applicants.
Our season was really controversial. They divided the teams into racial tribes, and they didn't tell us until we actually got to the island. When I found out, I was shocked.
It's turned out to be great, and I think a great cast, very unique.
Number 2. The lie that rocked Survivor. On Survivor Pearl Islands, Johnny Fairplay made a name for himself as a guy who would do anything when he planted a lie about his grandma's death to win a reward.
My grandmother's not here for a reason. What happened? She's not around.
When Fairplay pulled his whole grandmother story, I bought it hook, line, and sinker. 100%, I felt for him. I had empathy. We went back to base camp to call his family to wish our condolences, and his grandma answers the phone.
To me, it was like, nah, this is suspect. This is fishy. It don't smell good. I don't like it. I ain't eating it.
Number 1. Sue Hawk's incredible rat versus snake jury speech in season 1.
And in the end of Mother Nature, we have Richard the snake, who knowingly went after prey, and Kelly, who turned into the rat.
When I did that speech, I had all day to think about it. I wrote it down about 6 times. I'm like, there's no way I can read this off a piece of paper.
I think in that moment, we all kind of looked around and went, this might just work.
Let it be in the end the way Mother Nature intended it to be, for the snake to eat the rat.
Still to come?
Surprise! See, that's a shocker. Nobody would expect that.
Sugar reveals her biggest threat in the game. Plus, find out what these players might be doing differently this time around. Survivor Heroes vs. Villains preview has more Samoan surprises coming your way right after the break. Welcome back to Survivor Heroes vs. Villains preview. I'm Natalie White, winner of Survivor Samoa. Now it's time for more of this season's Heroes and Villains. First up, the bad boy who lost to yours truly last season.
I could care less what people think about me.
Russell was devious throughout his season in Samoa, and he says be ready for even more on Heroes vs. Villains.
I really can get in people's heads and make them do what I want them to do. And if they think that a bunch of all-stars will come out here and play with me, they got another thing coming. So they better watch out.
Since his season hadn't aired when Heroes vs. Villains kicked off, the runner-up from Samoa was unknown to the other castaways.
They don't know who I am. If they knew who I was, I guarantee you I'd be first gone. I'm gonna do whatever it takes to make it all the way. This means way more to me than the first one.
Oh, he is for sure a villain. He will play a sneaky game again, and if they don't watch it, he could win.
For me, second time was a charm. Third time's gonna be a blast.
Flirtatious Fans vs. Favorites champ Parvati knows things will be much different in Samoa than they were in Micronesia.
I made a pretty strong showing in that season, so I definitely have a target on me. There's a lot of us from Fans vs. Favorites. Definitely people are looking at us like they're probably going to be aligned again. You know, we should get someone out and break up that alliance. So I'm going to have to do a lot of work to combat that.
She blindsided a record number of people. That was her alliance that she built and took to the end and won the game on the backs of a lot of people.
But this time I'm going to have to play another completely opposite game so no one can see me coming. I'm going to be the Survivor Ninja.
To be completely honest with you, I don't see how I can lose this game. I don't see how I can not win.
Boston Rob has also played the game twice, and after coming in second on All-Stars, he and that season's winner Amber got hitched, and recently they had a daughter.
Yesterday when I had to leave her was probably the toughest thing I've ever had to do in my life up till this point. I'm doing it for her.
But this new dad plans on living up to a Survivor bad boy status.
You're out of your mind to trust him, and yet somebody will, because he's charming.
The game's a social game. You have to be dynamic and do what you need to do in the moment, in the situation. Nobody's done that better than me.
If Boston Rob won from the Villains, I would be elated. I would wear a Boston Red Sox cap for a year.
This time I'm actually going to try and win.
On the hero side, Sugar, the third place finisher from Gabon, orchestrated one of the best Survivor blindsides ever.
I wanted to do the most entertaining blindside fake idol thing possible, and I totally didn't think it was going to work, and it totally worked. And then he made this face, doink.
But Randy, the recipient of that blindside, is in Samoa as well.
I'm sure Randy wants my head on a platter.
You talk about a hero. This woman gave her immunity idol to somebody she thought was nice in the hopes that they would last longer and beat somebody who wasn't nice. And she's one of the very few people that have played the entire game from a place of goodness.
And on her second time around, Sugar is keeping an eye on the competition.
Parvati, she is not an ally. The boys like her, and she knows how to play the boys. And 3, she's a power player. Well, Courtney's here, so I'll be better than Courtney at the challenges. That's for sure. Not much, probably.
A month or two ago when they called and said, hey, you know, we've been trying to get a hold of it. Do you want to play the game or not? I told them I'm ready to leave tomorrow.
Survivor Pirate Rupert from Pearl Islands and All-Stars is one of the most colorful castaways to ever play the game.
Once you get out there and you get that torturous Mama Nature beating you down, everything changes, your mindset changes, and you're looking for something to believe in. I hope to be that person to believe in.
But this good guy in tie-dye might be a little less truthful than we've seen him before.
I came home from Pearl Island saying the game wasn't Survivor, it was Conniver, and I would never play that way. But you can't play totally honest either.
Still going to be hard for Rupert to win. I don't know that he's smart enough to get to the end politically. I just don't think he is.
I think I will play a little more aggressive than I did in the past 2 seasons, only because of the caliber of contestant.
Cirie has made it far on both of her seasons. 4th place on Panama Exile Island and 3rd on Fans vs. Favorites.
Cirie, I think by a lot of people, would be considered one of the best strategists that's ever played.
I don't think the cute little, you know, social thing's gonna fly this time. With those that I can use that on, I will. And with those that I can't, I'll use something else. This is my 3rd chance, but there's people here that had 3 chances and who have won. So, you know, if they deserve to be here, I definitely deserve to be here.
She has a very subtle way of giggling and laughing her way to the final. She's going to have a big target.
Coming up,
we're getting ready for a big immunity challenge.
you can only see it here. It's our exclusive behind-the-scenes peek at not one, but 2 of the brutal challenges coming this season. Don't go anywhere. Survivor Heroes vs. Villains preview will be right back. Welcome back to Survivor Heroes vs. Villains preview. I'm Natalie White, winner of Survivor Samoa. This season, it's not just the survivors returning to the game. Favorite challenges from the past will also be back. Here's your first look at a couple of the brutal challenges the heroes and villains will be facing in Samoa.
We've got the 20 best players from the previous seasons, and we've got our 24 best challenges from previous seasons. There's also a couple of challenges that we've just done as recently as Tocantins and even Samoa. There are actually several challenges that nobody here has competed on. We have nobody from Fiji, and I think we have 2 or 3 challenges from Fiji.
Although the challenges might be familiar, it doesn't mean they'll be any easier.
It's a very physical season for challenges, but the immunity challenges will generally always have some type of a brain teaser, agility, catch-up leveler. But sometimes we just throw in a nice big bash. They're going to experience a lot of physical pain.
But a lot of blood, sweat, and tears also goes into making sure the challenges are ready to go for the contestants.
Generally, when we test a challenge, then we rehearse it. We make a bunch of tweaks, so by shoot, it's all smooth.
With an epic show opening challenge, Survivor fans will love the instant rivalry.
We saw one of our favorite land battles for our first reward challenge.
2 huge injuries right off the bat, separated shoulder and a broken toe, and that's 10 minutes into day 1. And I was so excited to see Colby and James taking on Boston Rob and Coach. I mean, it was just these great matchups that we were able to watch right off the bat. And I think the opening challenge sets a really big tone.
And it just keeps getting better with the first immunity challenge, Lock, Load, and Light.
6 of the players from each tribe race up and over the sand mounds, come over, collect the pieces to the puzzle boat, then it's a race out into the ocean to the fire barrel where they get some fire, they race back, disassemble the boat, take off those planks, drop them at the base of the wall. At that point, the 4 puzzle makers make one of the toughest puzzles ever in Survivor. Once that puzzle's done, they can put the rungs in the wall. Once the ladder is complete, they all run to the top, light fire, and immunity.
And there are guys out there like Boston Rob who are excellent at puzzles. They're also excellent at the physical stuff. The question is going to come down to, do they make the right choice and put the right person on the right part of the challenge?
These people know what they're doing. They came here to play, and for them, it's bragging rights and another shot at the million.
That's it for Survivor Heroes vs. Villains preview. Will good or evil win? And who will end up the ultimate survivor? Tune in to CBS Thursdays at 8/7 Central to find out. And be sure to log on to tvguide.com for your fix on all the dirt this season. I'm Natalie White. Thanks for watching. See you later.